He was only a boy, 17 years old, full of dreams that would one day shake kingdoms. But in the beginning, those dreams brought him nothing but pain. This is Joseph. The sun blazed over the fields of Canaan as a young boy walked alone. His coat shimmered in the light, long, beautiful, woven with love. It was a gift from his father, a symbol of favor, a mark that set him apart. And that was the problem. Because watching from a distance, 10 brothers stood in silence, their hearts burning with jealousy. Why him? Why does father love him more? Their resentment grew, day after day, until love turned into hatred. And then, Joseph made a mistake. He shared his dreams. "In my dream," he said, "we were binding sheaves of grain, and your sheaves bowed down to mine." Then another dream. "The sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowed down to me." This time, even his father was troubled. But his brothers? They didn't just hate him anymore. They wanted him gone. One day, Joseph was sent to check on them, to bring back news. But when they saw him coming from afar, that coat, that symbol, that reminder, their anger exploded. "Here comes the dreamer," one of them sneered. "Let's kill him and see what becomes of his dreams." Death was only moments away. But Reuben, the eldest, stepped in. "No," he said, "don't kill him." Instead, they stripped him of his coat and threw him into a pit, a dry, empty, hopeless pit. Joseph cried out. He pleaded. He begged his brothers, but no one listened. Above him, they sat, eating, as if nothing had happened. Then, destiny arrived in the form of passing traders. Judah spoke up. "Why kill him? Let's sell him." And just like that, Joseph's life was traded for 20 pieces of silver. 20. That was the price of betrayal. As the caravan carried him away, Joseph looked back at his home, at his brothers, at everything he had ever known, gone. Meanwhile, back home, a father waited, Jacob. They brought him the coat, drenched in blood. "A wild animal must have killed him," they said. Jacob collapsed. "My son, my son." Grief consumed him. Days turned to weeks, weeks to months, but the pain never left, because he believed his son was dead. But Joseph was very much alive. Egypt, a land of power, wealth, and mystery. Joseph arrived not as a dreamer, but as a slave, sold to a powerful man named Potiphar, a servant in a foreign land, with no family, no freedom, no future. Or so it seemed. But Joseph made a choice. He could have become bitter. He could have given up. Instead, he worked faithfully, diligently, with excellence. And something remarkable happened. Everything he touched succeeded, because God was with him. Potiphar noticed. Soon, Joseph wasn't just a servant. He was in charge of everything. The house, the wealth, the affairs. Trust had been restored. But once again, trouble was waiting. Potiphar's wife, she saw Joseph, strong, handsome, alone. "Lie with me," she demanded. Day after day, she pressured him. Joseph had every reason to give in. No one would know. No one would care. But Joseph knew something deeper. How could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God? So he refused, again and again, until one day she grabbed him. But Joseph ran. He escaped, leaving his garment behind. That garment became a weapon. A lie was born. "He tried to force me," she cried. Potiphar believed her, and Joseph, thrown into prison. From the pit to slavery to prison. It would have been easy to break, but Joseph didn't. Even in chains, even in darkness, he remained faithful. And once again, favor followed him. The prison keeper saw something different. Joseph was placed in charge, even behind bars. And there, 2 men entered his life, Pharaoh's cupbearer and his baker, both troubled, both dreaming. Joseph listened. "With God's help," he said, "I can interpret. To the cupbearer, you will be restored. To the baker, you will be executed." 3 days later, exactly as he said. Before the cupbearer left, Joseph pleaded, "Remember me." But he didn't. 2 more years passed. 2 years of silence. 2 years of waiting, 2 years of wondering, has God forgotten me? But God had not forgotten, not for a second. One night, Pharaoh dreamed 7 fat cows devoured by 7 thin ones, 7 full heads of grain swallowed by 7 dry ones. No one could explain it. Then the cupbearer remembered there was a man, Joseph. In a moment, everything changed. From prison to palace, Joseph stood before Pharaoh, and he spoke with confidence. 7 years of abundance, followed by 7 years of famine. Then he added, "Appoint someone wise to prepare." Pharaoh looked at him. "Who better than you?" And just like that, Joseph became ruler of Egypt, second only to Pharaoh himself. The famine came, the world suffered, but Egypt was ready. And one day, 10 men arrived, hungry, desperate, Joseph's brothers. They bowed before him, just like the dream. But they didn't recognize him. Joseph tested them. Were they still the same? Still cruel? Still selfish? Or had they changed? The test was painful, but necessary. And in the end, Judah stepped forward. "Take me instead," he said, "but let the boy go. If I return without him, my father will die." Something had changed. They were no longer the same men. Joseph couldn't hold back anymore. Tears filled his eyes. Fear, shock. "I am Joseph." The brother they betrayed was now ruler. But instead of revenge, Joseph chose mercy. "Do not be afraid," he said. "What you meant for evil, God meant for good." He embraced them, forgave them, loved them, and brought his family to Egypt. 70 souls saved, not by chance, but by purpose. Joseph's story is not just about suffering. It's about faith, not just about betrayal, but redemption. Every pit, every prison, every moment of pain was part of a greater plan. Because sometimes the path to purpose feels like rejection. Sometimes the dream looks like defeat. But behind the scenes, God is working, positioning, preparing, promoting. Joseph never stopped believing. And because of that, he didn't just survive, he fulfilled his destiny. So when life feels unfair, when doors close, when people betray you, remember Joseph, the boy in the pit, the slave in Egypt, the prisoner in chains, the ruler of a nation. Your story is not over. The dream is still alive. And what was meant for harm can still become something powerful, something purposeful, something divine.